call.
Commissioner Gator.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
Mr. Buckley.
Here.
There's a quorum present.
As you wish. Please stand for the pledge and the invocation. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner.
Dear Lord, thanks for bringing everybody together this morning. Dear Lord, thank you for leading us, guiding us, showing us the way, dear Lord. Please be with us as we make the best choices we can for the county. Be with everybody as they go throughout their need from here, dear Lord. Be with them. I ask this in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Consent agenda's on the board. Motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
I'll second.
Questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Table agenda item, we still don't know what the lawyer wants to do with this, so we like to leave it under advisement. So, any questions about that from the commission? Just wait, hold.
Just a couple small things is all we need.
Well, there's a couple of things we really need to get this done. We're waiting for the lawyer. I'm gonna try to contact him again today, or Harold. And there's a couple of issues on the contract with,
For people that in the public, you guys are all in agreement that we need to go forward, but we
Yes.
just can't.
Yeah, we want that.
This is a multi-million-dollar project, and you screw up this contract and leave an opening where a truck can go through it, you gotta close those contracts up before you sign them, rather than afterwards trying to clarify stuff.
So that's what we're doing.
I don't blame you at all. I want clarification on the two things that you brought up.
Well, we're gonna leave this under advisement then. Permission to fill vacant position in the assessor's office. You wanna talk?
Sure. Eric Dugal, St. Francis County Assessor. This is the position that was froze back in October, and we tried to work with three girls out front, and it just doesn't work. We're asking to fill that fourth position again. We do have it in our budget to fill it. So I get your permission to.
What if we allow this now, but then the first time a vacancy opens, it's not filled immediately? Get you through the busy time. Is that a possibility?
Well, our busy time is basically October through May, and our thoughts were, after it slows down a little bit, is to take our extra person and have them help out with the real estate side, because the real estate never slows down.
Comments, questions?
Their office, I figured they know what they want, but also with, everybody saw the mess downstairs between, and I hate saying not picking on your office, but you know,
Right.
the collector and the assessors, or, yeah, the assessor's office. I don't know how any of you guys make it work, but I will entertain a motion to, or set the motion and give permission to fill the vacant position in the assessor's office.
Okay, second.
I'll second.
Okay, questions?
Don't think like when this third person in your field operates, so go out and help them.
No, this would be for the girls in the front. Right. And, you know, people were getting really frustrated. They come in, they gotta wait 20 or 25 minutes where they can get to them. We try to pull girls from the back up there, then they can't. Then our phones are ringing, we couldn't get to the phone, so.
Yes?
So I just wanted, this isn't specific to him, but are we still requiring that departments come forward to the commission to request to fill vacant positions?
We want
for
that.
26, okay.
We
Just
want
wanna
that.
make sure.
Any other questions?
That's all departments, correct?
Yes. Okay, we have a motion and a second. No other issues, right? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Okay, uniform bid. This various departments, I know Brian said he wants to go with the road and bridges bid. Any other departments here want to speak? Brian, you want to talk about it, or?
Yeah, I can. Looking through the contract, on our side of it,
I meant the other Brian, by the way.
they could only offer, 11 of the 19 items we wanted with the high vis. And, Brian Riley with maintenance, he motioned that he would like to stay with clean also. Like I say, all the other departments, I don't think, Vestas offered any bids for the Weber Road, all the other annex and everything, for their janitorial and stuff.
What we really want, the people that are out in the public, we want them in uniform. We don't want somebody to walk up that's plain clothes and say, I work for the county. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So we want uniforms on those people. Okay, motion?
I make a motion, and it's clean, correct?
Please.
Clean. I make a motion, we approve the uniform bid from Clean for the various offices.
Second. Questions?
Is this an annual or
Yes.
multi-year?
Andy Weiss is the annual bid.
Or the annual bid?
Oh,
Louis,
it's
do you
only-
need the amount on that contract, or is that a variable amount? I mean, I didn't know.
It's a variable amount.
So we just borrow the award to the company based on their bid.
We'll have copies of the contract.
And the uniform
Alright, very
bid
good,
for a
thank
year, no?
The last one was like 3 or 4 years,
Right.
so I wasn't sure.
I'm,
Yes.
I'm thinking the.
I was gonna say, Mr.
Oh, I'm
Gilmore
so
signed
sorry.
it for your last time.
4 years? Okay, thank you.
I
Okay, so it's a
misread.
4-year bid.
Hey, I do have a question
I
on
misread it,
that.
I thought it was a.
Like out at Road and Bridge, when we have people that quit or we don't, how does that work? Do they come pick the uniforms up and that goes off, or does that stay? If there's less people?
Would be less people.
Sorry, my bad.
Now, who owns those uniforms? Does the county own them or do you own them?
Clean uniform owns
Yeah.
it.
So, and that includes laundry,
Correct.
okay?
So this
So-
is a 4-year bid?
4 years.
That was that in your agreement?
That was approved in contract, and I just looked at the contract, the contract is a multi-year bid, so that's what your amendment.
So for the 4? Yes, my 4-year. Thank you.
All right. Okay, any other questions? You gotta give bids, or motion,
Yes.
okay. So all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Real estate taxes, who wants to talk about this?
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have our files show we don't have a contract on file with the county trustee for those to be turned
We have that.
over?
That's a great question. I don't know how that works, but that person's just named the trustee and,
That person is appointed.
yeah.
Well, I get that, but just as with any other appointed position, there's responsibilities and duties, and I feel we need some kind of contract since this isn't a county employee, detailing out what exactly the responsibilities are and the process for the collection on those.
I see this
written-off
person
properties.
once a year, but I have questions several times, you know, what process and how we bid these things out. And I mean, it's kind of been an open
Yeah.
Well,
question for quite a while.
what I suggest, instead of passing this, we'll take it under advisement, get a hold of her and get her in and get this done before we do it.
Okay, advisement.
I mean, we've had issues on this
Right.
before and it'd be a good time shift.
Right. Okay, so it's under advisement. Request to bid, okay, Kevin? Annual stockholders?
Yes. We're getting together, we do this every year, so when's the dates that we have to do what it ain't?
They're on the screen.
I don't know, it's on the memo that will go out, I don't know.
We will send a memo out, it's just on paper, products, things that we all use, we bid it this way every year, and we have detail, we'll send you all memo, we just wanted to let you know, it is in process.
Says all the information needs to be in your office by February 6th.
There you go.
And is this office supplies? Is that what-
Office supplies, it's general, if you're needing toner, all that type of stuff that your office would usually operate like we do every year. We bid it all out so that we try to get the best bid for a group of, rather than every individual.
Do you need us to allow you to get this bid? You need a
We
request?
put it together and then we bid it as a group. And you need to get it to us. We had it down in February, what?
February 6th.
But you're asking for a request to bid. So do we need to act on that?
I don't think so. This is an annual thing. We just wanted to make sure everybody's aware that you need to get your
All right,
requests
there's,
in so we can bid it.
there's your notice.
Thank you.
I would like to remind that all county departments need to participate in the annual bid.
Most of you use supplies in your offices. That's supposed to be going through so we can bid it all in one to get a cheaper price on this stuff. So if you would do that, just let us know.
Okay. request to use allocated funds. This has already been approved, but we need to officially do this. Mike, you want to talk?
Yeah, this is a brush cutter that we purchased late last year, at the same time that we purchased a Kubota tractor. We already have it. We went through, we got quotes from multiple different companies. What we're requesting today is to use the ARPA reimbursement for it. In order to be reimbursed from the ARPA money, we need it approved in a commission meeting. Otherwise, it's already paid for.
Okay.
Motion?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the request, to allocate funds to ARPA to Alcree for a 3-point brush cutter attachment at $3,677.56.
I'll second that.
Questions? Does this fit on the back of a tractor, or front of a skid steer, or what?
It's currently on the back of the tractor.
Okay. PTO.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Request to fill position. Brian?
Yes, I'd like to request to fill position for Road and Bridge for supervisor. What I'd like to do is put it out there, see who signs up for it, and then we'll go through each personnel that signs.
This is for your assistant.
My assistant, yes. And we'll run them for a period of 45 days. Whoever signs up for it, and then that selection, we'll do interviews and see which one will be selected.
You're talking about in-house, correct?
In-house.
In-house.
So you're gonna say, okay, you are my first choice, and so give him a chance. Now, if he proves out, you just leave it there?
Yeah, leave it there until we run through the whole,
So you're gonna run through several?
we'll see, I guess, how many signs up.
Well, Brian, when you're doing this, can you do multiple two at a time, where if you have jobs, or are you just gonna do one at a time?
Probably one at a time.
So if applicant number one that you choose doesn't prove out in 2 weeks, you just change it and go on?
We could, or they might decide that they don't want to.
It's not for them.
Now, this would be a non-union job. So if this person proves out, then it makes that as his choice, and he has to leave the union.
Yes.
Okay, motion?
I'll make the motion that, give Brian, the highway administrator, permission for request to fill the position as the assistant supervisor for Road and Bridge.
Okay.
Second.
Questions? Yes.
Will the official job title change not happen until after the 40-day period? So that person will still be in their same title? I'm just thinking like union dues, if they're still a union worker, but I was just curious how that part would work with union versus non-union.
I would also add to that question, what is the pay during their time?
It will just be an upgrade pay of $2.
Okay, for what they're
They
earning
would
now?
stay in their union.
Okay.
Stay in the union.
Yeah, it's on there, I see that. Yes, Louis?
Is there a job description for this?
Yes.
Think about what?
Well, the salary is enticing.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, remittance of operational costs, they're listed. Motion?
Make a motion that we approve the remittance of operational costs for the 24th Judicial District. Do I need to name all those, right?
You would do them at once, or you want to do them separately? As long as you clarify, you can do it one at once.
I'll just clarify,
So
I'll do it one at a
then I
time.
assume your motion says for circuit judges for $22,794.84, for city marshal for $31,352.61, and circuit reporter for $6,937.56. Isn't that what you said?
There you go.
Then that would be.
You got it.
That would satisfy.
Okay.
Okay, second?
I'll second that.
Question? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Request to hire a part-time IT director. Corey can't be here today, so we talked to this Christopher Owens. He weighed out what we want to pay. So, we talked to him and he can do this part-time and clean up a lot of our issues, website and so many things. So, we'd like to hire him, rather than hire full-time, like to hire him for this. So, motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the request to hire part-time IT director Christopher Owens.
Second?
I'll second.
Questions? Yes, Lee?
How much would you pay a full-time IT director?
Well, it'd be about 65 or so. He wants to make 119,000. Is what he's earning now. So, now he's a dynamic person, and we feel pretty good about his ability. But we can't pay what he's wanting.
And who's going to supervise or oversee
We have
the hours?
We have a supervisor on the staff, which her name is Jessica. She's our supervisor.
Okay.
Any other questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Request a bid. Erica, apparently you need some security issues here.
My name's Erica Jones, I'm with the Juvenile Detention Center. We would like to replace half of our sink toilet security fixtures just because we're having an increasingly large number of issues with them. It's hard to find parts, it's hard to get them fixed. We've had county maintenance out there multiple times. But we have 2 units that have had parts removed to where they can't even get water out of the sink now, and some other issues with other ones. So we would like to start a formal bid to request, or to replace half of them. And then hopefully, in the next year or 2, we can replace the other half. But I think they're original equipment, so I think they're at least 30 years old. And
Yeah.
Brian Briley has said that the replacements they've had at the jail have been really good, and we're hoping to get some similar ones or the same ones.
I don't even know if I want the answer to this. What kind of security do you put on a toilet bowl?
Well, it's like a sink toilet combo that is just
Just
it's
like the
for
prison,
security.
the
Yeah.
prison ones, the
I've not been
steel-
there, okay?
Yeah, the steel things that are one unit, so they can't tear them up as
Correct.
easily. Is
They're
that
one
correct?
unit and
Stainless
they
steel?
can't really do too much.
These
with
are
them.
in the detention part then, these are,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, this request, yes.
Does this fit your budget? Is this in your budget?
Half, it should fit for half of them, but I would like to.
Okay. Motion.
I'll make a
What
motion.
kind of number is that?
We'd like to 6, so we have an 11-bed facility, so we'd like to look for replacing 6 toilets.
6, okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request to bid replacement for sink and toilet with security fixtures at JDC.
I'll second that.
And any questions? Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
I thank you. Now, I think this next issue, we don't want to do this now, right?
Yes, I would like to postpone that to later in the year, just looking at our budget. We don't have it right now. We may in the future, but we'd like to just postpone that.
So we'll just pass on that. Okay, now the next is your food plan. Tell me about that. You still want to do the cooking and all that? Not personally, but
Yes, so for our breakfast and lunch, we get, in our after-school snack, we get reimbursed through DESI. So they have a lot of guidelines, a lot of
17 pages, I think.
federal guidelines. And so when we had our recent review, they wanted us to add additional things for our food service procurement. And since we procure our, or since we, I guess, are along, like the county has
Buy America.
to, we use porters like right now for the jail and for detention. So for the county purposes, we have to bid it, even though, at detention, we have a smaller amount. But because that amount exceeds it for the county procurement, I had to
Okay.
add several federal requirements, I guess.
Now-
It's kind of complicated, but, I put this together. They gave us a state plan, and I was able to adjust that for us, and it meets the federal requirements. They have approved, the DESI has approved the draft. And so the actual food service procurement plan, I think, is 8 pages, but then I have an example of the RFP in there.
Yeah, I went 17 pages before you were done. Now, we're changing the food plan at the jail. How does that affect you?
So if, in the future, if, they were not using porters, and so if we were not spending $12,000 in 90 days across the county for porters, I probably wouldn't have to go through so much,
So it helped you?
yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to a food service plan.
Okay.
So, and it'll be cooked there, but with them, by them.
Okay.
So, okay.
Now, Jessica, did this add to what, is it more expensive now than it was before? Did it add to it?
The cost shouldn't change.
Okay. Okay, motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the food service plan for the JDC.
Okay, second.
I'll second.
Questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate you. Oh, there you go again. Okay, she's got a food, she needs a contract for the standby generator system out there. I know Southeast and they're a good company. Motion?
Okay, I make a motion that we approve, the JDC approval of a generator service contract with Southeast Services, 1-year contract, $700 per year. Did they raise from last year's? Same.
$50, so
$50,
last year was
okay.
$600.
I'll second that.
Questions? That's oil change and everything. They come in, service it, check everything out.
Thank you.
Man, you're done.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Request to bid, election supplies.
Yeah, this is our standard, we have to have lunch supplies, the counters and things that we normally have. This is what we do every year. Yeah, we have to be updated on some of the stuff, but it's in our budget. We just want to go through you.
Make a motion that we give you approval to bid election supplies, municipal election for the county clerk.
Second.
Questions? What's the time frame on this?
They have to be in 27 days prior to the election, so
Okay.
we'll have to have the bids. Bid opening will be March 3rd.
Got it really close last year.
Okay. Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you.
Now, just for your knowledge, we are also, two things, we are also negotiating with internet advertisers for this upcoming election for the changes that we're doing. It's in our budget. And Amber, it's gonna be under 12,000 and it's in our budget, so I don't think we need official budget requests, but we've been negotiating with 2 or 3 people that show us what you could do, and we got a meeting with one of them. So I don't think that we need, because it's in our
Just need
budget,
your
it's under
quotes from the
12,000.
others.
So I wanted to let you know, and then today we're undergoing IT security, our own self-auditing. We have a Apollo come in. I mean, nobody's demanding us do it. We're trying to do it to see if we can point out any flaws in our IT and our security measures and our systems before the elections. We do this every couple of years. They come in from out of state. This is all they do. They go around and test systems. They're currently, so that you all, I don't think they would go do any other elected officials, but they are fishing right now the next couple of weeks to try to open up our systems so that they could probably put something in there to show our weakness. So just be careful on things that you're opening up, because I don't think that you have anything that would get through our elections, because we've separated that. They're happy that we have everything out on Weber, rather than, I can't change anybody's voting address here or anything else. We did that intentionally so that we can keep the security self-contained. But just if you see something suspicious, don't open it.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, we'll be closed Monday for that reason. Agenda items must be in this Friday. Okay, other business, correspondence. Public comments. Departmental reports.
I get just a couple brief things. I continue to speak at different cities, school districts, taxing agencies. I spoke at Deloge last night. I think it went fairly well. I've never spoken something that's already did a resolutions against me before I got there, but I thought it went pretty well. Second thing is the state of the state is today. Keogh, from what his people tell me, he's going to propose to get rid of the state income tax, which is currently 5, a little bit more, by
I think 6.
proposing sales tax increase. And as the revenue from the sales tax would come in, the income tax would drop, kind of like the way we do our property tax.
Roll back.
As it rolls back, the income tax would roll back as the sales tax increases. It's questionable whether it's gonna pass or not, because the sales tax is regressive tax. The people that have to buy merchandise, the lower income people, would pay more than the people that are paying a flat rate income tax. But that's gonna be proposed today. But the thing that worries me probably more than that is the Speaker of the House priority is to get rid of personal property tax, which if they want to get rid of the state parts of it, it's, in my opinion, totally fine. If they
But that's the least item on that.
yeah, if they can keep taking our revenue away, we currently are flat on the revenue, and that's because they're nickel and dime us debts, like
Food,
personal,
food
and
and all
personal
that.
property. These things, if they wanna do it to themselves, cause they're gonna have to cut $1 billion out of their budget. That's gonna be tougher than they think, but we cannot continue to take cuts without cutting services.
Now, in a minute, I'll talk about sales tax revenue, and it's flat. Actually, this year.
And that's 90, what
Month,
was
it's-
Louis, about 90% of our revenue comes from that sales tax?
A lot of it.
Yeah, so,
And if
I've got
they-
the numbers and it's high. I'll talk about that in a minute. But, yeah, they keep cutting us, and it's a good stump speech. You know, I did this to cut your taxes, your costs, but how do the departments have to
2
operate?
years ago, the speech was, we are getting rid of sales tax on manufacturers, which is very loose.
Yeah.
Anybody that does anything, they can say you're manufacturing resharpening tools.
Yeah.
That's manufacturer. Any mining, so that's one of the things that's killing St. Genevieve County, but it also is affecting us by about 1.5% or so, statewide, which is another revenue cut for us, and they just keep nickel and diming us to death, and I don't think the public's willing to give a higher tax rates if we propose it, and especially if the state income tax rate goes up, so it's gonna put us in a precarious position if we don't watch out. They keep nickel and diming us to death, and if they wanna do it to their own revenue, I'm all for it. If they wanna do it to ours, so we're gonna have to stop services on some things if that keeps happening.
So
Personally,
they're- yeah, go ahead.
I prefer a consumer tax over the income tax, but, you know, it's just personal preference there. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, if they're looking at a way to get rid of the personal property or whatever else they're doing, real estate, whatever they're doing, and they're gonna put it on the sales tax, well, every time we turn around, they're trying to do something to take sales tax away from us, like you said. Well, I think diapers and baby food and all that formula stuff, they've got rid of that and I'm grateful that they did that for the mothers and dads that are trying to make it. But they keep cutting that stuff. They cut an egg, milk, bread, whatever tax out. Well, there goes the tax that they said we could get our money from when they cut this, so they're gonna cut it all. So
Yeah, it affects though the consumers when you buy a car. It's gonna be $500 to $750 on a new car, higher to go to that. If you build a house, it's gonna be $3,000 to $5,000 more on your sales tax on your materials. So it has an effect.
Which
It
is
just
young.
shifts it to a different group.
the young people can't buy a house right now, guys. I got kids that are trying to.
Well, this is gonna
Okay,
add,
they can't.
so it's gonna get some pushback, but it will be interesting to see. Like I said, if they wanna cut their revenues, I'm all for it. They have no idea that the current bunch that are up there, what cuts are, because they've had so much money from the federal government, but the current cash flow is almost $1 billion under the current income. And so when they start cutting in addition to that, we're gonna go back to where they can't pay us to house prisoners. You know, it does have effect on us if they do these things, because I went through the period where we sent you IOUs rather than money for a couple of years when we were firing. And as your wife pointed out, she was one of the 10,000 that I helped fire.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, so do I. So when they get to the point where they're firing people and cutting people off Medicaid and cutting the foundation formula for education, it's gonna be dicey.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's our soapbox.
I'll
Your
get to
meetings at noon today on personal property tax and the income taxes tomorrow.
Well, he does the state of state.
Yeah, he's gonna talk
Today,
about it.
outlining them.
We've lost a good man, so I wanted to just pay tribute to Ray. Little story, my first wife was a music teacher, and a small school with no budget, so she was constantly having to get horns repaired. And she would show me that horn before she took it over there, and then after it came back, and I was stunned. And you would think that a bent brass horn, just knock it out like a body man. Ain't no way. You gotta, the tuning, the tone, all that stuff, Dan could answer that more than I could. But I realized it's not just banging metal. And so they did a great job. So, anyway.
It's an interesting combo, racing and music.
Yeah.
I actually, my family grew up with Ray. I mean, I didn't get to go. I was gone when they had the service for him, but it was very large, and there was a lot of the race people supported Raper, and I know there was a lot of NASCAR people there. A lot of people didn't realize, but he was very influential around this area in racing.
That's awesome.
And he had a really big back.
A good man.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, we want to pay tribute to the family. Sales tax report, as I said, is down. Now, the bottom note was, we're told that this will come up in the next 2 months. But, you know, don't know what that is yet, but that's current today.
The state was up for December, which ours is 2 months behind, so again, this is October numbers, so we're hoping that our numbers are similar to the state's number, the fact that they were up so much in December, so.
Okay.
Yeah, they were
We're
up
2
almost
months
6%.
behind on what we're showing,
Yeah.
so we're hoping in 2 months from now we'll show an increase.
Okay. And Prop P is up, so it's doing well. So that's where we stand on that. Okay. Next planned meeting is 1 week from today, right here, 10 a.m. We've done that, okay. Now, the sheriff can't be here today, but there's his report. So they're getting busy, and this, of course, starts first year. What did they have last year, 3,000? Something like that, calls. So start all over again. But that's the sheriff's report. Brian?
Road and bridge, we fixed a section of guardrail that was damaged on Old 8, placed 2 posts and 2 sections 12-foot guardrail.
Is that damaged by wreck?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody ran through it, I think they are detained, from what I can understand. Take measures, see if we can't get reimbursed for the repairs we made to there. Our mechanics repaired a radiator on our dump trucks. He's running into the issue, I guess the same make and year, is we're having failures in the radiator, the outer part of it splitting. But
Same age?
Same age, same model.
Is it plastic or metal?
Plastic. They're splitting it the same on the outside. They put some tires on a small dump truck. I've been doing some different stuff with the guys when they come in to try to track some more stuff, get some more figures. Years past, that we just talking about road signs. You know, I know roughly what we'll spend a year on road signs, probably $20,000 a year. I want to know where they're going. So the reports probably from now might be a little lengthy, just telling you, but at least I know where they're at, and where we're putting them up at. So some of this stuff, we'll have a little more detail in it. So perhaps on our widening the road on Old Fredericktown, we've actually placed 39 tons of 1-inch clean, 184 tons of 2-inch, 16.7 tons of 6-inch. .18 tons of inch minus. We've graded Sunlow Mountain where the radio tires are up there. They usually, they'll split the cost between Hamlin and the radio station. We'll do it once or twice a year, grade that. We placed 170 tons of rock on that road. It's in pretty bad shape. As far as trimming trees with our tractors, we trimmed 1 mile of trees on Turley and trimmed 3 miles between the roads of Old St. Louis, First Street and Doe Run and D Street. Moore's in the north, trimmed out Hazel Run, North Hillsboro, Old 8, Frank Clary area, and Glord. Crews have been patching in the areas of Timville with asphalt, Bray Road, Probst, Bloomier, River Bluff, Westmeyer, Denman, Olive, Old Bismarck, Ellis, and McGeorge. As far as our sign work goes, replace the stop sign ahead at Patterson School, left turn sign, post on Old 8, reverse turn right, post on Snowdale, one post, and 35 miles an hour, slow children on Richardson Road, 2 delineators on Silver Springs Road, stop ahead and post on DD, stop and sign post on Feezer, delineator on Ovandagriff and Hillbrook, impassable high water on Saffel, post and 45 miles an hour speed limit on Hillsborough, post and 35 on Possum Hollow, stop sign on Chapel. Last week we put the vacate signs up on Hurryville Road and placed all the required places for public viewing for the vacated property. Our freezer crew picked up a total of 340 tons, approximately 4 miles on Primrose, Coldmeyer, and Old Fredericktown. Picked up another 280 pounds of trash, approximately 4.5 miles on one side of the road on Knoblich and Coldmeyer. Late last week on our bridge project on Alsbury, Smith & Company laid out the control points for Brock Miller to get started. So they're starting to work as we speak on Alsbury Bridge.
Let the record reflect that we don't think the children are slow on Richardson Road.
Yeah.
That we're just trying to slow down traffic.
Okay, moving right ahead.
Slow children.
Talk down
on Richardson
Kingston. He may fight with you.
Okay, any questions?
Well, I did have one question. I know Brian and I just talked about it, and I've got calls where when we repave like a Hilda Brick Road and looking at some way or in the future where we can limit the weight limits on those roads. I know before we went that any road we did, that anybody could pass on it, but it tends to be that we're down at Libertyville, Kaufman Road, when we pave the road, there's getting to be a lot more semi-traffic on it because we're widening them to make them better, and really in the future we might want to look at maybe limiting the weight limits on it. I don't know how we'll enforce it, but we want to try to keep those tractor trailers out on the state routes. So we're really looking into that because they damage our roads after they get the fresh asphalt.
We typically say that if it's a public road and you're licensed, if they're legal, you can drive it. And, you know, that higher weight limit, they're legal. But I don't know if you can lower that weight limit.
Well, we're looking into it. I don't know if we can restrict it, maybe with bridges or low water. But I mean, we're getting 82,000 pound trucks on these roads, and it's not designed for it.
And then the scales, I guess they'd have to buy a set of scales with the
That's
sheriff's department.
That's the enforcement of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't even,
We have no way of.
But you're still getting 80,000
yeah,
legal.
yeah.
80's legal, yeah.
Can I make one other point? The paper this week, the Journal put it out that the tax help, by ARP, I believe, is sponsoring it, is going to start February 3rd. They're at 9 to 1 at the library. And the reason I say this, we have a lot of people that say, I cannot pay the real estate taxes. You've increased it, and my mom can't pay it because she's only got Social Security. If you've only got Social Security, chances are they can help you file, get your real estate taxes paid back for this year and so 2 previous years. Get it done, and they will do it for free. They will help you fill out your forms. Most of the people that really can't pay their real estate taxes because of that don't file a tax return. So they have to walk them through how to file a tax return so that they can file for their refund from the state on their taxes. We probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 to 500 property owners that could get their taxes paid by the state under this program. Circuit breaker program. That's the purpose behind it. It doesn't come out of the county's coffers. They get it replaced through the state, and they will do their tax returns for free. So I mean, we want to make people aware of that.
If they're not paying taxes, but how do they get a refund?
They'll help them fill out a tax form so that they show that they don't own any federal taxes, don't own any state taxes, but qualify for the circuit breaker to pay the state to pay the real estate.
So it's not a tax refund,
It's a real estate tax refund, but not an income tax.
What date was that, February?
February 3rd from 9 to 1 at the library.
And what's our?
Just that one day?
No.
No, do the
Through
tax
tax
season.
season.
Through tax
Through
season.
tax season. They don't start till February because most people don't have their tax forms ready before that point. I think it's a great service that they do. I appreciate it. I know that they.
Oh, that's awesome.
But problem is, once again, most of the people that qualify this don't file tax returns. And you can still have them file you a tax return for free and show that you don't owe income tax, but you get your municipal taxes back.
Okay.
That would combat their fear that they're gonna be taxed out of their home, because, for real estate taxes, because they can get it done. And this year's and last year's.
Okay, last 2 years.
Yes, 2 years.
Kevin, is there an income threshold
Yes.
for that?
There is.
When was the last time that was adjusted for
They
inflation?
actually, I think, did it last year.
Really?
We didn't do it for like 15 years. That's why it
Wow.
became crazy, because they didn't, and I think, and I'm not there, but I think they went ahead and put a CPI just this last year, but they didn't go back and pick up the years that they haven't been raising it. It's still, if you have just basic Social Security, chances are you will qualify for the program, if you don't have a lot of other income from pensions or real estate, and that's who usually comes at our meetings
Yeah.
here and says, I can't pay it, I don't have any income. Well, then I take them out with the farm and saying, if that's true, then we need to get you to fill out these forms, because it doesn't come out of the county's budget. It's part of the state relief for people so they don't get taxed out of their houses.
The meetings he referred to is Board of Equalization.
Board of Equalization, people will come in and say, you raised it, I know you only raised it $80, but I don't have any more income. Well, that's usually the people, if they only have a lot of times it's their husbands, they picked up their Social Security from their husband's death, and that's the only income she has, and there is a way. I don't fill tax returns out because I don't have enough income to even pay taxes. We'll do it for you, so that you can get it back.
So if they would have upped the threshold of circuit breaker, it sounds like it would have been a lot better than the Senate Bill 190. I'm just throwing that out there.
I said that, yeah, that's the easiest thing. They could have upgraded the circuit breaker and saved
I'm
all this
sorry.
crap.
That was terrible. I shouldn't have said
I don't
that.
mean to be divisive, but I'm not sure that circuit breaker has been increased or
Well,
revised.
they had a bill last year to do it, and I
Yeah.
thought they.
I'm not sure.
If they would have done that
I don't
instead,
know.
it would have helped out a lot of people.
That would have been the easy solution, but it wasn't as fun.
But we attended
What's
that
this
meeting
fun?
in southeast Missouri last year, and at that point it wasn't done. I don't know.
We can find out
Yeah.
what the threshold is right now, pretty easy.
If you would,
27,200 for single, 29,200 for married.
That's the current one.
What was it, Mary?
That's the income.
For
threshold.
married?
29,200
Thank
and
you.
27,200 for single.
Okay.
that's gross for the year.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Farmington Library.
That's correct. And they're also doing it in Frederick County,
Thank you.
Okay,
but
any other,
according to your pay.
Mother-in-law will make that, I guarantee.
any other departmental reports?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.